David Rutz here, David Allen Capital and Bank Breezy. Excited. I got my coach's hat on today, even though we're playing quarterback. Let's not forget something. If this is your first huddle, welcome. What we do is we get together every day for one main reason, and that is to keep instilling the beliefs and bringing some confidence and running a new play of the day so we can all expand our abilities by doing something a little bit different. You know, if you're a basketball player, you may first learn how to do a layup, and then you learn how to dribble, and then you learn how to do a free throw, and you learn how to do a jump shot. But as you grow and grow and grow, you start learning all kinds of things. And the better you can work on drills, the better of a ball player you'll be. Well, same thing in this business. Right now, just get the basics. If you're brand new, just get the basics down. Some of you have already experienced B2B brokers, and you already know what to do to you just need to get the basics of our funding and learn where we fit in the marketplace, right? Others are brand new to marketing and brand new to talking to business owners, and you want to get the first basics down of how to meet people, how to greet them, and how to inform them of our funding. And that's what our basic training covers. So today's huddle is just to bring full circle everybody, call a new play of the day as we do every day. But we always start out with our beliefs, because your ability to articulate what we believe separates you from the competition. We believe business owners are rock stars. We believe they have growth ideas, and there's some of them are flatline and they need some funding to go to the next level, right? And we believe the banks are great, but only for 10% of those businesses. 90% need alternative capital. They can't get it from the bank. They're not eligible. And this new alternative capital industry started 10 years ago. Great industry. However, there's over 100 companies. Not all of them are great. Some of them are predatory. Some of them are new to the game, and they take advantage of people. What we've done with our Bank Breezy funding platform is we've partnered with the top alternative providers. We've got contracts with over 50 of them, but generally we only have like 5 to 8 look at each file, depending on who the business is. But we've got access to over 20 that we can use, right? So we go out and we find the best offer for that client. We're like funding as a service. We're like funding as a service, and the service is free, where someone can fill out one application, get that best offer. You all know this, but the reason we reinstill the beliefs is because every time you hear it, you go, man, we really do have our hands on something great. The business owner doesn't have to apply it 10 places to get the best offer from 10 places. They don't have to guess the right lender to apply with, right? They apply at Bank Breezy, one application, all done online. They go right back to making pizzas or laying roofs or whatever it is they do for a living. They get right back to it. We go to work. We spend the time finding the offer. We present them with the offer. We educate them on the terms. We educate them on the offer. You don't have to. Our Bank Breezy funding team does. We do all that for them. And then if they like the offer, they take it. If they don't, it costs them nothing to find out. They say, no, thanks. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. And you can be the front line of capitalism for your town, and you can dominate there, because guess what? They don't have a funding person in your town right now. They have banks, and you become partners with banks. You actually start partnering up with them. Not legal partnerships, but you coordinate with them. You encourage them. They encourage you. And together you help the whole local community, business owners, fuel up and grow. That's what we do, and we do it all the time. And here's a story of someone we did it with just yesterday. This story is, I got to put my reading glasses on. It's an automotive repair company out of Maryland. The broker is Jen Kinder Consulting. Great job, Jen. The client requested 100K. We got him approved for 150. Isn't that something? To get them approved for 1.5 times what they wanted. Doesn't always happen, but it did in this case. They had a great FICO score. However, they had some unresolved judgments of collections that they owed. Unresolved means they got a judgment in court that they owe money, haven't paid it yet. We still got them funded. They couldn't even get a car right now, but we were able to get them funded. We couldn't get it through an A lender, which would have been much better pricing. But we were able to provide them with a $150,000 flex rate at 1.42 over 12 months. It's a higher risk pricing, but it's available. They get 100, got to pay back 142. They took 100 instead of 150. That's all they needed. They got 100,000. They got to pay back 142 over 12 months. And their use of funds was working capital to take their business to the next level. They have investment ideas to grow their business to the next level, which will return them a lot more than 142,000. And here you are. That's why they said yes, because their benefits outweigh the cost, right? So the good news is we got them an approval in the range what they want. Congratulations to you, Jen Kinder, I'm sorry. And it funded the same day. which was yesterday. Came in yesterday and funded yesterday. Come on, 100 grand. You can't get a car loan funded that quick, right? And look at that, we got it that quick. 150. Great job, Bank Breezy team. Great job, Jen Kinder Consulting. And congratulations to you. So let's get back to the huddle. We have got use that story. What do we do? Remember the storytelling. What do? We help people get funding, come alongside and help when the bank can't. As an example, if a business has an opportunity they want to grow and they need funding to do it and the bank can't help them, we can. Like we had this automotive repair company the other day. They needed 100 grand to take their business to the next level. They couldn't get it at their bank. They applied with us. We got them up to 150 actually. They only took 100, but we got them 150 approved the same day and they were funded 100,000 that day and they could pull the trigger on that new opportunity immediately. No wasting time looking for money, no wasting time, opportunity cost of delay. They were able to help right away. That's what we do. So why do we tell these stories? So that you can use these stories, right? That's why we tell them. So learn how to be a storyteller. That should be a play this week. It's not my play today, but I had 2 plays to run today. One was going to be how to tell a story, and the other one was how to be an encourager. Today is going to be how to be an encourager to someone in your team. So the play of the day is be an encourager. Encouragement is not fluff, it's fuel. That's what it's called on YouTube right now. Encouragement is not fluff, it's fuel. Why do I say that? Because when you're talking about encouraging people, you are taking them to the next level in their mind. Beliefs are what moves people into action. And you either believe you can or believe you can't. When you think you can, you can. When you think you can't, you can't. But encouragement helps people see a perspective from someone else's point of view that they either may already believe about themselves and you reinforce it, or it's something they don't yet believe that you encourage. And you give them that reinforcement to move forward, right? You're not selling them. You're not correcting them. You're encouraging them, all right? So how to encourage effectively. This is what's important because we're talking about your team here. You want to complement their strengths, not their outcomes. Complement their character, not their outcomes. You don't say, hey, great job closing that deal. You say, you're really good at communicating the value of our funding. You're really good at communicating the value of our opportunity. Not great job recruiting that guy. Hey, you can applaud an outcome, but encourage a characteristic. Okay. That's what we do. We encourage strengths, not outcomes. You're great at explaining the value, etc. Complement their strengths, not their outcomes. I already said that. Sorry. Name what they bring to the table. In our game plan document, we say, point out some of their strengths. Point out some of their strengths when you're brand new working with them. Let them know, hey, when I first met you, I could tell you're real good working with people. I could tell you're real comfortable having a conversation. That's going to bode very well with you in this. As soon as you learn all of it is about our funding, you'll be able to communicate that very well. That's an example of encouraging someone's strength. Hey, I can tell you're a real authentic person. When you look at me, you look me right in the eye. And that ability to look me right in the eye gives me a sense of peace. And that's going to bode well with it. Hey, I see that you're real articulate on the phone. And that's going to bode well, whatever it is. Hey, I can tell you lead with your heart. That's going to do a great deal for you because people who don't lead with their heart, they get snuffed out by business owners. Business owners don't want to work with people who don't care about them. It doesn't matter if you got the best offer. They'll use someone else. They'll take your idea and do it somewhere else. They'll apply online with someone else once you educate them because they don't like you. They can tell you're just in it for the commission, but I can tell you lead with your heart and you're buying into our mission. These are all encouraging things. So the play of today is to encourage 3 people in your team. Okay. Tie their strength. Tie what you're encouraging them to their future. You keep doing that and you're going to attract more and more clients who refer you to people. You keep doing that and you're going to attract more and more people who become brokers who want to follow and work with you because you're a loving person. You're a competent person. You're a disciplined person. Whatever it is you're encouraging, not the outcome, the characteristic, and tie that to their future. So when in the game plan, we say recognize their strengths and how that will bode well with them in DAC, that's tying it to their future. Okay. And then the last thing I already said, encouragement is not fluff, it's fuel. And I will say this, people always rise to the level at which they believe about themselves. And you can encourage them to believe at a higher level. They never rise above to what they believe about themselves. So the job of a great coach is to increase what you think you can do. See, they bring out the best in others, challenge them to think higher of themselves, because they'll step up to their level of understanding and their level of belief about themselves. They won't they sometimes fall below that, but they'll never go above it. So we want to increase their beliefs. You don't know what someone's battling with or fighting with today. Your encouragement might be the reason they don't quit today, why they might reach out to someone today. It may be the reason they make it to tonight's call or to tomorrow's huddle, or they make one more call, or they stand a little more bolder, or when they walk into that coffee shop, they got a little more pep in their step. Encouragement is fuel, not fluff. If you're not doing it, you're not a leader. Encouragement is the number one ingredient of being a leader. Yeah, you got to be honest. You got to be all kinds of things, but you can encourage people with honesty. We don't just fund businesses, we build people at DAC. Your job as a leader is to build people. So, or help businesses build themselves. So encourage business owners too. Encourage their value in the marketplace. That one coffee shop in town. Hey, I'm so glad you're here, because we don't have a coffee shop in town without you. And I know it's a struggle and it's a grind, pun intended, to grow your business here. But hey, I appreciate what you're doing, and I encourage you, because you know how many meetings happen in your place thanks to you. Encourage them. The tire shop, the roofing company, whatever it is, encourage they keep going about their business. So today we're going to encourage 3 people in our team. 3 in our team. Reach out to them, practice encouraging them, think in advance. What do they do well? What is it about them I can encourage, and encourage them? And let's add another play. We're going to add an option play here. The quarterback drops back. He's got a run play option. He can hand it off based on what the defense is doing, or he can hold on to it and throw a pass. It's called a run play, RPO, run play option. You got a run play option. You're good enough. You can handle it. What's a run play option? You can encourage 3 people in your team today, or encourage 2 in your team and 1 business, or 3 business owners. It doesn't matter who they are, but encourage 3 people today. If you got 3 in your team, I encourage you to do that every day. But until you're practicing encouraging, you don't know how to do it. So today's play, let's learn how to do a post up instead of just a layup. Be an encourager. Ready? Break.